I don't know how to start a video, but I'm Hootless, and this is Stardew Valley Honeybuzz, episode 16, and this will probably be another pretty short episode, I don't know, maybe. I'm feeling kinda sick, again, but I'm trying to record this time. It's getting to that kind of year where it's like really cold, and when it's really cold I start getting sick more often. I do like the cold, it just makes me sick, because it's cold. And it's actually fairly warm in my room right now, but still getting that sick because I went outside yesterday on a walk and it was very chilly outside. I don't really have a hoodie or anything, so I was just sort of walking in like a t-shirt and, you know, slacks. It was very cold. Very, very cold. Although, to be fair, I'll probably do it again today because, you know, the walk is down to the convenience store near my house so I can pick up energy drinks. Because I'm really tired if I don't drink any energy drinks, which probably isn't a good thing. But, you know, it's fine. Energy drinks aren't too expensive. Mostly, I drink Amp. I've tried to drink Rockstar a few times, but it just doesn't taste as good to me. I'm not even really, like, drinking it for the caffeine at this point, although the caffeine is nice. I drink it because Amp tastes good. I keep watering the wrong tiles, please. Amp just tastes good, especially the original flavor. And also, like, strawberry limeade is kinda good, but mostly the original flavor is the best. These potatoes should be almost done, like another day or two. I think there's only, like, 3 sounds that the watering can uses. There's like a, how do I describe it? There's kind of like one where it goes from high note to low note, one where it goes from low note to high note, and then one where it sort of like stays about the same at the start and end, but it dips a little bit in the middle. So there's only like 3 sounds, I think, that the watering can uses. Which is especially noticeable if you're looking for it and happen to be watering a lot of crops at the same time. Plan for today is donate things to the museum, crack open these geodes, give Robin her axe, and then search for forageables, basically. And probably go around and collect a bunch of berries as well. I figure we might as well build up that berry backlog. Especially since, I don't know if the same bushes bloomed again, or if it's different bushes that bloomed, but there's like a bunch of berries around for me to harvest. So I'll probably try to grab all those. And completely unrelated, because, you know, that's how I do things. I watched 12 Monkeys for the first time last night. Was pretty good. It's an old movie. It was released in 1995. So I'm sure, you know, a lot of you that are into movies probably watched it a long time ago. But I watched it for the first time and it was pretty good. There was one character, Jeffrey, if you guys have seen it. And I was like, why do I recognize his face? And I finally realized it was Brad Pitt. It was just a few years before he had his role in Fight Club, I think. And of course in Fight Club he played Tyler Durden. So, you know, that's why I recognized him. Because I have seen that movie, surprisingly. Ooh, a new reward. Oh, I was like, why won't he let me process these geodes? And then I realized that I was out of money. I forgot that it actually costs money to do each of these. That's fine. We'll just donate what we got to the museum. Get more rewards available. For those of you who haven't seen 12 Monkeys, it's, I don't think we could grow these cauliflower seeds. I think it's too late now. For those of you who haven't seen 12 Monkeys, it's kind of a movie about time travel, really. Basically, this guy, played by Bruce Willis, goes back in time from the future to try and stop the outbreak, or like to try and find the source of the outbreak of a disease that kills off like 90% of the population. And you know, the movie is just about him going back in time and looking for the things and looking for information. It's pretty interesting. I would recommend it, I would say. Not necessarily the best of movies that I've seen about time travel, but also I've never really seen like a bad time travel movie. I'm sure they're out there, bad time travel movies, but I haven't really seen any bad time travel movies. And I've watched a lot of time travel movies too, because it's basically my favorite thing to see in media is time travel movies. I'm sure I've talked about it before, but I have like a list of my favorite time travel movies, and not really a list, you know. I don't have a thing that I'm looking at, I'm just listing them off the top of my head. But some really good time travel movies are About Time, starring Domhnall Gleeson. That's probably one of the best ones. Like there's two different categories for me. There's my favorite movie that has time travel in it but isn't about time travel is About Time, because it's not really about time travel, but it has time travel in it as like a central thing. My favorite movie that's about time travel that has time travel in it is Primer, because it does the absolute best way of like explaining time travel, basically. And it's a very confusing movie. I've never watched it with I've watched it with like a lot of people as well, but I've never watched it with anybody who immediately picked up what was going on after the first watch. You gotta really let it digest with the second viewing of the movie right away. And then you can understand what's going on and all that craziness. It's also only a 70-minute movie, I think. It's very short for a movie. Was made all by one guy, Primer. And, you know, it's probably worth at least one watch. I'd say it's at least worth two watches so you can understand what's going on, but, you know, not everybody has time for 140 minutes of movie. But that would be the ideal situation, is to watch it twice back to back. And then, you know, you can go over everything. You can think about it, digest what you've seen. Another good time travel movie, what's it called? It was... I just had it. Time Lapse, that's what it is. The movie's called Time Lapse, and that one's pretty good as well. That one's about three friends who live in... who live together, and, like, they find a camera that takes a picture of their living room 24 hours in the past, or 24 hours in the future. So, like, every day, it shows them a picture of 24 hours into the future of their living room. So they use that to do, you know, various things that you would expect, like win the lottery and stuff, and then things turn a bit sour when strange, concerning pictures start appearing through the camera. It's a pretty good movie. I've watched it twice, I think. I might have only watched it once, but I think I watched it like once on my own and then once with friends. But I'd probably recommend that one as well. That one's pretty good. And then there's, you know, there's other good time travel movies as well that I haven't listed. Those are just, you know, my favorite ones, basically. There's, what's it called? It's gone through a couple rebrandings. Like, even while it was in theaters, they were changing the name and that sort of thing. I think it's Edge of Tomorrow is the name they're using now. They might be using the name Live, Die, Repeat. But that one's pretty good. Has Tom Cruise in it as the lead character. And it's a pretty good time. It's your typical action movie, but with a time loop mechanic thrown in. And then you've got, you know, classics like Groundhog Day, starring, what's his name? Bill Murray? Yeah, it's Bill Murray, right? That's in Groundhog Day, I think? I want to say Phil Collins, but I know that's not him. Phil Collins is the composer, although the character in Groundhog Day might be named Phil Collins. That's entirely possible. I don't think it's Tom Hanks. It could be Tom Hanks. I always get Tom Hanks and Bill Murray mixed up. I don't know why. But I know Tom Hanks, or at least I'm fairly certain that Tom Hanks was in Forrest Gump, as the titular character in Forrest Gump. But I don't know. I have issues for some reason telling Bill Murray and Tom Hanks apart. No idea why. I don't even think they look similar or anything. I just get them confused, get their roles mixed up. But I'm fairly certain that it was Bill Murray in Groundhog Day. And that movie's pretty good. You know, it's the standard. It's the classic. When people think about time travel movies where you're doing the same day over and over again, you know, that's inevitably Groundhog Day gets mentioned. And then Live Die Repeat or Edge of Tomorrow, whatever name it's going by right now, is very similar to Groundhog Day. Like I mentioned it earlier. I know, but it's very similar to Groundhog Day. What with, you know, he basically repeats the same day over and over again until he gets it right. What other good ones are there? Not a movie, but Steins Gate is pretty good. Say anime. An anime? A anime? I don't know. English is hard. Weren't there forgeables here? I swear there were. Maybe I got them already. I don't know, but you know, time travel movies, they're good. Love them. Love every type of media that has time travel in it. What was another one? Oh, there was one that I watched that was really good, but it was like the story cut off halfway basically because they're gonna make a sequel. I think it's called Parallels, and that one's not really time travel because they're at the same point in time, but they move between parallel worlds, and there are differences in the parallel worlds that lead to technology being more or less advanced at the same point in time. So it's not really time travel. That's your standard run-of-the-mill parallel dimension sci-fi, which is also pretty awesome. But anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave a like, leave a comment, and if you aren't already subscribed, I really recommend it. Helps out a whole bunch, and you get these videos straight to your inbox every day at noon Pacific Standard Time. But other than that, I'll see you guys all next time. Leave a like and a sub and a comment would be cool. And maybe you could check out more of my channel. Bye.